Cycle Solutions is your one-stop shop for upgrades and service. Cycle Solutions, Fort Myers, and CycleSolutions.com. Taking your bike from the street to the strip.
Hello, this is Chris Waddell from Cycle Solutions, coming to you live from Fort Myers Beach, Florida, at our shop down here. Got into a little bit of a project today. Kind of been looking forward to doing it. This is a Baker DD7 7-speed transmission. We're putting it in this Tri-Glide. Little story behind the Tri-Glide. This is one of our Stage 3 Plus Zippers 107 motors. Did this in Sturgis last year. And what I noticed was it wouldn't hold a clutch adjustment when we put a automatic recluse clutch in it. So I made a comment about it. Interestingly enough, when we took it apart, the actual bearing on the main shaft had failed, and the cage it was holding it had failed, so it was allowing it to walk outwards. So there's no way for the clutch actually to hold adjustment. So all that to say this. It's taken all day to get to this point. We have the stock transmission out. Visually, everything's present and accounted for. It moves nice, it's clean, but the bearing was toast. This is the DD7. If you count the cogs on it, you'll see it's got an extra set. 6-speed, 7-speed. This thing's pretty heavy duty. Even the angles of the cuts are slightly different to fit it all in. This is a bit different than the Grudge box. I don't have one handy. They're somewhat hard to get to use as a second comparison, but the Grudge box, real wide gears, all straight cut. It's a transmission that you're going to shift it like you mean it. This one, on the other hand, is going to give him a much wider, much broader choice of gears, and on a trike that's pretty handy. And this thing has a ton of power, but this is going to allow him to put the power wherever he wants it. He likes to ride in the mountains in Sturgis and other places. So we spent the day taking it apart. And it's prep right now. Everything's been measured for this to go back in. We'll be lubricating it up one side, down the other with Lucas assembly lube and then their gear oil. Once we get that back together and get the cassette put in, we're actually going to go ahead and improve the clutch basket. In this case, we're going to use the Trask clutch basket. It's rated to hold a couple hundred horsepower or so. Pretty slick billet basket. It'll be used with the recluse clutch. It's already in there. This machine should be pretty slick when it's done. Definitely be a better riding machine. All these parts are available on our website at CycleSolutions.com. In my hands I have a good main gear drive bearing here. And I have a main gear. This is the one that came out of this bike. You can see the pieces and parts, the little black specks in my hands where this bearing carrier has actually broken. So when it came apart like that with little pieces and flakes. This is a stocker that still is good. When you get inside this one, I can't show you, and I don't have an extra bearing here to show you, but it has 2 full races in here, inside of here, and the bearings that are in there are substantially heavier duty than what these are. This is almost like plastic. I think it is plastic, to be honest with you. But the durability of this bike will be much improved. It'll be smoother, have a much wider gear range in the machine. I'm sure he's going to be quite a bit more pleased. Plus, it's going to put the power of this engine to the ground much better. Step a little closer, you can see that we've got the actual cassette in the transmission's case. Shifter paw is installed, and it's locked up right now. We'll drop it down here in a second once we get all the bolts Loctited and tightened. Just wanted to show how slick that is. It uses the stock cover, and it'll use the stock hydraulics and fish rod. If you want to be notified when new videos from Cycle Solutions are released, hit the like and subscribe button to follow us.